Hi, my name is Kara McDevitt. I'm a 9 through 12 earth science and environmental science teacher. Um, this was all about using Google Slides to create remote group work. Um, all right, so this is started off with a check-in when using Mentimeter, which can do word clouds and like sliding scales. It's free for you to use. It's a really good thing to check in with your students. This is the agenda. We did introductions. We went through norms. We read an article. We examined some student group work. We talked about it. I gave them some resources, and then they created their own lesson. Goals were to find useful strategies for students to work in groups remotely and to begin to how to plan to help students work in groups. These are our introductions. Feel free to look through those if you'd like, see who all was there. We did some session norms. We read an article. The article, let me see, it was actually called Students Working Remotely in Groups. It's from the University of Massachusetts Amherst. It's linked there. We read the article and then answered the 3 A's on Jamboard. So the 3 A's were agree, argue, and aspire. So you can read the article and check out the Jamboard if you'd like. The Jamboard is also linked there. I gave some group work examples here. These are some cooperative slides from my class. The project itself is explained below in the box. I have 2 cooperative slides, a peer review, and a project evaluation. It's a lot of information. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is at the end of this. So they were asked to look through the student work and then write down what they saw, what they thought, and what they wondered about that. Just give you, this one's a little bit complicated. I'll explain it a tiny bit. This is a project we did called the Universe Project. So this part I'm showing you here is the presentation creation and the quiz. You can kind of see what happened at the end of the project. These are all the steps they did to get to this point. This is one student's example. So if you click here, you can see their project. They created this video about black holes. They also had to create a quiz. So they created a quiz on quizzes, and then these are the people they presented to the grades of the quiz. And here's a different student, their presentation, and they used Kahoot. And then the third student, again, another type of presentation, just so you can get an idea of what the projects looked like. And then if you look further, as they were presenting, they had to evaluate each other. So this is kind of a way I have them evaluate each other as they're watching the presentation or after they're finished. Okay. So there's also some different cooperative slides here. This is all from an astronomy unit. So if you have any questions about any of that, this is just, it's pretty self-explanatory what the kids are doing. Then we had, you can look through this too if you want to see what everyone else writes. Then I had, I wanted to have them create their own lesson. So I gave them this must-haves and amazing. So I wanted them to create a lesson that included 2 to 3 group members. They had to have 2 or 3 group members. They had to have a goal. Their assignment needed to require groups of 2 or 3 students, and the students were required to show their work. That was kind of the requirement. If they wanted to make it amazing, they could have group roles, rules, and help resources. I also gave them some resources. This is some Google Forms I use to kind of help before I make the groups. I let them choose who they would like to work with. I asked them if they would prefer to work with in their native language. And this helps me to form the groups so they feel comfortable with the groups they have. These resources are thanks to Rhonda Bondi, who I've done a lot of sessions with at Math for America. So these are just some examples of different ways you can do note catchers. So if you click on these, it's just a bunch of different examples of that. This is also one that Rhonda Bondi does. You just fill in, you can give this slide and the kids have to write their opinions in the box. This is comparing, contrasting. This one's a Venn diagram. You can actually move these into the Venn diagram. These are movable. All of these. This one is a vocabulary word web, and these are 2 websites that you can use that with. And then this is the thing I do a lot. I have the people sign up for whatever group they want to be in, and then I link the slides. It'll take you to that slide. These are the different lessons that they created. The last thing we did was we just shared out and the takeaways from our lesson. We did evaluations. The last page, as I said, has my name on it if you want to contact me. Any questions or comments? Thanks. Hope this is useful for you. Bye.